Have you ever wondered what will happen when every excuse ends and the truth becomes impossible to deny? Surah Al-Mursalat gives that warning. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Quran with Rahim. Surah Tasmiyah. Al-Mursalat, meaning those sent forth. This surah was revealed in Mecca. Its main message is that the day of judgment is certain. Allah's warnings are true, and those who deny the truth will face loss, while those who fear Allah will find safety and reward. This surah matters because many people delay repentance and act as if accountability will never come. Allah reminds us again and again that the day of decision is real and very near. Verse 1, wal-mursalati urfan, by those sent forth one after another. Meaning, many scholars explain this as the winds or the angels sent by Allah in order and succession. Verse 2, fal-asifati asfan, then those blowing violently. Meaning, Allah swears by those that move with force by His command. Verse 3, wan-nashirati nashran, then those spreading widely. Meaning, they spread out as Allah wills, carrying out His purpose. Verse 4, fal-fariqati farqan, then those separating distinctly. Meaning, Allah points to what separates truth from falsehood by His command. Verse 5, fal-mulqiyati dhikran, then those delivering the reminder. Meaning, this refers to delivering Allah's message and reminder. Verse 6, udhran aw nudhran, as an excuse or a warning. Meaning, Allah's message reaches people either to remove their excuse or to warn them before judgment. Verse 7, innama tu'aduna lawaqi'un, surely, what you are promised will definitely happen. Meaning, the day of judgment and Allah's warning are real and certain. Verse 8, فَإِذَا النُّجُومُ طُمِسَتْ, so when the stars are extinguished, meaning, the stars will lose their light on the last day. Verse 9, وَإِذَا السَّمَاءُ فُرِجَتْ, and when the sky is split open, meaning, the sky will break apart by Allah's command. Verse 10, وَإِذَا الْجِبَالُ نُسِفَتْ, and when the mountains are blown away, meaning, even the mountains will be destroyed and scattered. Verse 11, وَإِذَا الرُّسُلُ أُقِّتَتْ, and when the messengers are gathered at their appointed time, meaning, the prophets will be brought at the fixed time set by Allah. Verse 12, لِأَيِّ يَوْمٍ أُجِّلَتْ, for what day have they been delayed? Meaning, Allah asks this to show the greatness of that appointed day. Verse 13, لِيَوْمِ الْفَصْلِ, for the day of decision. Meaning, it is the day when Allah will judge between people with perfect justice. Verse 14, وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا يَوْمُ الْفَصْلِ, and what can make you know what the day of decision is? Meaning, Allah shows how great and serious that day is. Verse 15, وَيْلٌ يَوْمَئِذٍ لِلْمُكَذِّبِينَ, woe that day to the deniers. Meaning, great loss and destruction will come to those who denied the truth. Verse 16, أَلَمْ نُهْلِكِ الْأَوَّلِينَ, did we not destroy the earlier peoples? Meaning, Allah reminds people of past nations who denied and were destroyed. Verse 17, ثُمَّ سَنُتْبِعُهُمُ الْآخِرِينَ, then we caused the later ones to follow them. Meaning, later nations who followed the same evil path were also punished. Verse 18, كَذَلِكَ نَفْعَلُ بِالْمُجْرِمِينَ, that is how we deal with the criminals. Meaning, this is Allah's way with those who persist in sin and denial. Verse 19, وَيْلٌ يَوْمَئِذٍ لِلْمُكَذِّبِينَ, woe that day to the deniers. Meaning, again, Allah repeats the warning for emphasis. Verse 20, أَلَمْ نَخْلُقَكُمْ مِنْ مَاءٍ مَهِينٍ, did we not create you from a humble fluid? Meaning, Allah reminds human beings of their weak and small beginning. Verse 21, فَجَعَلْنَاهُ فِي قَرَارٍ مَكِينٍ, then we placed it in a secure place, meaning Allah placed the human being safely in the womb. Verse 22, إِلَى قَدَرٍ مَعْلُومٍ, for a known fixed time. Meaning, this remained for the time Allah had set. Verse 23, فَقَدَرْنَا فَنِعْمَ الْقَادِرُونَ, so we determined it, and how excellent are we in determination. Meaning, Allah planned human creation perfectly and wisely. Verse 24, وَيْلٌ يَوْمَئِذٍ لِلْمُكَذِّبِينَ, woe that day to the deniers. Meaning, those who deny after seeing Allah's signs are warned again. Verse 25, أَلَمْ نَجْعَلِ الْأَرْضَ كِفَاتًا, did we not make the earth a container? Meaning, Allah made the earth a place that gathers and holds people. Verse 26, أَحْيَاءً وَأَمْوَاتًا, for the living and the dead. Meaning, the earth holds the living upon it and the dead within it. Verse 27, وَجَعَلْنَا فِيهَا رَوَاسِيَ شَامِخَاتٍ وَأَسْقَيْنَاكُمْ مَاءً فُرَاتًا, and we placed in it towering mountains and gave you sweet water to drink. Meaning, Allah made the mountains firm and provided pure water as a blessing. Verse 28, وَيْلٌ يَوْمَئِذٍ لِلْمُكَذِّبِينَ, woe that day to the deniers. Meaning, the warning is repeated because the signs are clear. Verse 29, انطلقوا إلى ما كنتم به تكذبون. Go to that which you used to deny. Meaning, on the day of judgment, the deniers will be told to face the punishment they rejected. Verse 30, انطلقوا إلى ظل ذي ثلاث شعب. Go to a shadow of 3 branches. Meaning, this is not a cool or peaceful shade, but a dark and frightening one. Verse 31, لا ظليل ولا يغني من اللهب, neither giving shade nor protecting from the flame. Meaning, it gives no comfort and no protection from the fire. Verse 32, إنها ترمي بشرر كالقصر. Surely, it throws sparks like huge buildings. Meaning, the fire throws enormous sparks. Verse 33, كأنه جمالة صفر, as if they were yellow camels. Meaning, the sparks are huge, fast, and frightening in appearance. Verse 34, ويل يومئذ للمكذبين. Woe that day to the deniers. Meaning, another repeated warning to those who denied the truth. Verse 35, هذا يوم لا ينطقون. This is a day when they will not speak. Meaning, there will be moments on that day when they will be unable to speak. Verse 36, ولا يؤذن لهم فيعتذرون. And they will not be permitted, so they cannot make excuses. Meaning, their excuses will not help them. Verse 37, ويل يومئذ للمكذبين. Woe that day to the deniers. Meaning, again, Allah repeats the warning. Verse 38, هذا يوم الفصل جمعناكم والأولين. This is the day of decision. We have gathered you and the earlier peoples. Meaning, all people from all generations will be gathered before Allah. Verse 39, فإن كان لكم كيد فكيدون. So, if you have any plan, then plan against me. Meaning, on that day, no plan, trick, or power can save anyone from Allah. Verse 40, ويل يومئذ للمكذبين. Woe that day to the deniers. Meaning, yet again, Allah warns them of total loss. Verse 41, إن المتقين في ظلال وعيون. Surely, the people of taqwa will be in shade and springs. Meaning, the righteous will enjoy comfort, protection, and blessing. Verse 42, وفواكه مما يشتهون. And fruits from whatever they desire. Meaning, they will have beautiful and satisfying provision in paradise. Verse 43, كلوا واشربوا هنيئا بما كنتم تعملون. Eat and drink in satisfaction because of what you used to do. Meaning, their reward is connected to their faith and righteous deeds. Verse 44, إنا كذلك نجزي المحسنين. Surely, this is how we reward those who do good. Meaning, Allah rewards the people of goodness and obedience like this. Verse 45, ويل يومئذ للمكذبين. Woe that day to the deniers. Meaning, the warning remains for those who rejected Allah's truth. Verse 46, كلوا وتمتعوا قليلا إنكم مجرمون. Eat and enjoy yourselves for a little while. Surely you are criminals. Meaning, worldly enjoyment is short, and it will not save the sinful from judgment. Verse 47, ويل يومئذ للمكذبين. Woe that day to the deniers. Meaning, another warning to those who still reject the truth. Verse 48, وإذا قيل لهم اركعوا لا يركعون. And when it is said to them, bow down, they do not bow. Meaning, they are called to worship and humility, but they refuse. Verse 49, ويل يومئذ للمكذبين. Woe that day to the deniers. Meaning, this repeated warning shows how serious denial is. Verse 50, فبأي حديث بعده يؤمنون. So in what message after this will they believe? Meaning, if they reject this clear Quran, what truth will they accept after it? Life lesson Surah Al-Mursalat teaches that Allah's warning is true, the day of decision is real, and the wise person prepares now before excuses no longer help. A person keeps delaying prayer, repentance, and change, saying, later, later, later. This surah reminds them that later is not guaranteed. A Muslim should respond to Allah's reminder now, while the door of repentance is still open. This surah is a serious wake-up call. It repeats the warning again and again, so the heart will not stay asleep. When we remember that the day of decision is real, we become more sincere, more humble, and more ready to obey Allah. If this helped you understand the Quran better, subscribe and comment to this channel Quran with Rahim and share this with one person.